So Matt had to go to Canada, and he forgot to bring his hard drive with him so that he could put out the second half of Chum Bucket List with Eileen Shapiro and Ike Avelli. So, handling it now, Eileen Shapiro had to leave, so we're going to continue with part 2 with Chum Bucket List with comedian Ike Avelli.
Behold, trapped in a hellscape of their own invention, socially unaware old white men bound by the pretense of being fake lawyers yet knowing no law, no exquisite Latin terminology, they are inexplicably compelled to quibble over minutia, squabble over triflings, and bicker like those who value their backyards far too highly without even knowing the difference between an easement and an alleyway. At this very moment, you have entered the heart of the Law Offices of Quibble, Squabble, and Bicker. Let's get started.
Thank you, Eileen, so much.
Bye, Eileen.
Never come back. Anyway.
What?
It's called an aside, Greg, but it was...
Brenda's not an otter anymore.
I love that woman so much. She's just incredible.
She is one of the more forward women I think I've ever had a conversation with.
That's why I love her.
She made Wendy Shapiro seem like a nun.
Wendy? Who's what you mean, Wendy Kaplan?
Sorry, Wendy Kaplan.
I was like, Wendy Shapiro.
Her sister.
Who's
Wendy?
Right. Who would that be?
If Wendy Kaplan happens to be listening to, sorry about that. I love you and I miss you and I want you to come back on our show.
And you'll be seeing her when you go to New York.
Oh my God! Will she be at the?
Well, she does a podcast with Tim, who you met this weekend.
But will she be at the Christmas party?
Probably. It's a safe bet.
Oh my God!
At the very least, you could like hunt
Well, I'm
her
trying
down.
to figure out when his party will be because I'm doing my show December 3rd, my Christmas show in the city.
Which show? 50 Shades of Gay?
No, it's called
his
Mary,
Christmas show.
What Child Is This?
What?
Mary, what child is this?
What child is this?
I feel like I missed an innuendo there.
Very
The whole
cool.
thing about
Mary, what child?
said-
Oh, Mary,
Mary
like
said
Mary,
God
like the
fucked
pun.
Yes,
Right.
Mary, like what?
the Virgin Mary.
Right.
But the question always was, is like Joseph was just like, okay, you're pregnant. I never fucked you. Like, and he just was like, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to, because I'm doing the poster is going to be me as Jesus on the front.
Oh, that'll go over well.
Yeah.
It usually does at that time of year.
You should
Yeah.
have Boise. Boise, Idaho would love that show.
Yeah.
Boise.
Boise.
White
You know,
Sea.
I am curious about the Boise venue. In other words, like, why did you go to Idaho? Out of all the states in the country that would probably have like really welcomed your program. I mean, they did a really good job. They were very supportive of you there.
3 night too, which was
It was a packed
crazy.
house.
Yeah.
It was really good. Now the funny part is that I knew. Well, this is why I'm traveling to see different audiences, and I was thrown into. Eileen got me with Roger on the Wild Child show, and I did a podcast. I was interviewed on his show, and then he mentioned going to the lounge at the end of the universe where I hit up Jen, and then Jen and I communicated, and that's how I got in there.
So Roger
You've
just
been already.
like fell in love with you or something. He was
Yeah,
totally your groupie that weekend.
He came to every show. He was amazing. And I'm going to be doing his show, Roger the Wild Child show, as the entertainment gossip queen.
Now I gotta say, his podcast is called The Wild Child, but I did not see any wild antics from that guy,
Yeah.
other than keeping me from stopping at stop signs, when I needed to, because I'm like looking at the GPS. He's like, "Stop the car." He's like, "I'm an Uber driver. I know where we're going." I'm like, "All right, that's pretty well."
Okay.
So,
he's actually the show is really good.
yeah. So
Yeah,
you're going to be like on his show as a regular,
The gossip queen every week. Yeah.
right?
Wow, cool.
I like to talk about. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about Robert Downey's dick, but I.
Talk about Marlon Brando and Richard Pryor in our
Yeah.
first
Yeah, that's
with some butter.
that's
So you-
really
Your fingers in
that's
the
really
I think
an
not Brandon. Greg is talking about the young Marlon Brando, not the
Marlon
older
Brando
one.
Young was very
He's
handsome.
pretty old. This is the 70s, man. This is after Last Tango in Paris.
No.
yeah.
Listen, I'm a gay man. I don't gag a lot, but that makes me gag.
This is almost apocalypse now time period.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, almost.
The pain.
It makes you need to
Oh, the agony.
I feel like this is Saturday night all over again.
It almost is, with the
It
exception
was
of
the island of Dr. Moreau more than Brando. Ugh.
Except
No,
Greg's not wearing a shirt. That's the only difference, really.
True.
I know. I'm pretty much more than Brando right now.
No.
If I had some butter, I would be shoving 2 fingers of butter on my ass right now. More than Brando.
Is there an
That's
after?
a reference.
It's
That
the
was
last. It's the last mango chili in Paris. Is what it is.
Oh,
You saw that movie, Matt? You know what I'm talking about? That's a famous scene in the movie where he has a young lover, and at one point he's like, "Stick your fingers in the butter and shove them up my ass." In like
Marlon
16.
Brando?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Last Tango in Paris. He's dating a girl who looks like she's 18, and looks like he's pushing.
It was
40.
near. I think it was actually originally rated X when it came out. They were able to
Yeah, it
take
was
it
like
down to an R.
non-rated, whatever, non-rated.
So stick your fingers in the butter and in
Shove
my.
them up ass.
Is it
Yeah,
like
that's-
less cholesterol that way? I mean, what is
Yeah.
it?
It was. It's
It
a
was
low
staying
cholesterol
on
diet in that.
They had no Uber Lube. If only they had Uber Lube back then.
It would have been a pleasure.
Holy. It
that's
would've
a
been
great.
much better.
That's a great ad. Like
It's
it's
a
right.
great
The position
product.
between Brando and the butter and Uber. You know.
Yes.
Yeah, if only.
I'm going to be having to find some interesting photos to add to the editing of this podcast.
You've got quite a lot of hashtags out of this show tonight.
Yeah, you could have a whole series of ads about
Yeah.
comparing whatever to Uber. This, to,
Right.
I
I mean, the only one is like Natalie Wood. She won't be able to see it, but that's all right. I mean,
You could be like, if only Ned Beatty had Uber Lube or Deliverance.
right.
Squealing like a pig wouldn't have been as bad as it was.
all right. I got a good question. So,
Oh,
favorite movie of all time?
favorite? I don't have a favorite movie of all time.
One that you could just put on and watch over and over again.
Well, the one that I can watch over and over again is kind of sad. It's Highlander.
Highlander. Okay. Yep, I know that one.
You're such
Probably,
a nerd.
probably Star Wars. Probably.
I think I've seen Highlander more than I've seen anything else combined.
Yeah,
I gotta say, Goodfellas. Goodfellas.
I never
Very
seen that.
watchable.
it's a good
Shut
one.
up.
No.
Oh,
Don't
you're-
tell him to
you're
shut up. That's
joking.
just rude, Greg.
He's joking with the Sopranos poster behind him.
I never seen that either.
Oh my god. Okay, and then
Brendan hasn't seen Sopranos, so I guess we all need to
I've
get
never
together
seen The
to do that.
Godfather either.
I love Boogie Nights. No, that's the other guest from a long time ago. But I love Boogie Nights too. Boogie Nights I can watch every day.
Mine is Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, that's
It's
a
a
good movie.
great, yes, very watchable movie.
I've had a lot of the Get Busy Living or Get Busy Dying on my mind a lot recently, so I've been thinking a lot about that.
Shawshank
Isn't
I've
the
only
old-
watched twice, and that was kind of enough for me.
Really? Oh,
That's a good movie. There's
It is.
so much to it.
I don't know. I think I saw it again not that long, a couple of years ago, and I was like, okay. I mean, it seemed a little dated at that stage.
yeah. Really? Oh, I'll have to watch it again.
Dated.
A
It's
little bit.
timeless.
Maybe for you.
Because that was 1990 something.
Keep in mind, Greg, this is the guy that, when given the opportunity to say his favorite movie, chose Highlander.
I didn't say it was my favorite movie. I said it's the
Yeah.
one I've watched the most.
So
Yeah,
now
you
we're
don't have a
quibbling. So
favorite.
what is your favorite movie?
I don't
Yeah,
have a
man.
favorite
You
movie.
have to pick one.
I don't have to do that.
Yes,
You
you
do.
I don't have to pick
Your
a
gue-
favorite.
our guest demanded
And
it.
get the fuck off the podcast.
He was he was.
Look, he's going to get sassy.
I don't
if you
deal in
use
absolutes.
Don't make me take my earrings off, man.
I'm not asking for absolutes. I mean,
Uh-oh.
Star Wars, is that absolutely? I don't know. Now that I think about it, Blade Runner is probably better than Star Wars as far as a movie
It's not
goes.
slow though. I don't want to watch that all the time. I love that movie, but like Boogie Nights has got the music. That's the other thing. So like, and
There's
Goodfellas,
that.
great soundtrack. So like, even if this seems a little boring, and they're playing some great song. That's like engages you. You know.
Yeah,
And
Boogie Nights.
I love the song.
I mean, maybe I could watch over and over again. Maybe throw Reservoir Dogs into the mix.
Oh, that's a
was
good one.
good.
That's a great
I can
one.
do that.
Yeah.
I can agree with that more than Highlander.
Highlander is my guilty pleasure. So
You know what I find myself quoting so
it's a
much?
ridiculous goddamn movie, but I love that movie.
Oh, it's great.
The editing, I love the film editing in that movie. There's the transitions
that
between
opening
scenes.
scene when the camera swoops through the Coliseum. the wrestling coliseum. It's like full on like Scorsese shit. Like,
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to
whoa,
watch
that
this movie
camera's
again.
moving.
Apparently,
But other than that, the plot's just silly. And
Well, no, I was
the
gonna
acting
say-
is bad.
oh,
But-
it's terrible. That's what I
No,
remember. I was just,
but
like,
I like the
you
movie.
know,
The
what?
fact that Sean Connery is playing an Egyptian, and
Can
they
you
have
do
a
the accent?
and they have a Frenchman playing a Scot, is like just weird casting
whole
all
weird,
around,
yeah.
and an American, of course, playing a Russian.
One of the worst actors in French history, by the way, Christopher Lambert.
Oh, he wasn't bad.
He's terrible.
No, he was great in Graystoke too. I liked him in that movie.
Oh, was he great in that? You had to go,
He didn't just do that. He was Graystoke.
bugga.
He was
Great.
Graystoke, Greg.
Is that the
I saw it. Yes.
Is that the Tarzan movie?
Story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He had to run around naked in a loincloth, look good, and be like, ugh.
Well, you should have been able to understand it.
I did. But it was still bad acting. His ugga buggas were bad. I
His
thought
ugga-
better ugga buggas.
He didn't
Bad
land
Ugga Buggas.
Ugga bugga. Pulp Fiction was a good one too.
Pulp Fiction is another good.
Yeah, very watchable. Like every scene is like a little mini movie. Like, oh, this scene. I
Every
just watched
scene.
that
Every scene is a mini movie.
I
scene.
recently watched Napoleon Dynamite with my daughter. Every line in that movie is a one-liner joke. Everything in that movie is a meme.
So it holds
It's
up.
amazing.
I'm gonna watch. I own the DVD. I want to watch that again soon. I love that movie, but I haven't seen it in 10
Yeah,
years.
me neither.
Yeah, no, I was trying to go through all these movies with her. Like, your mom won't watch this with you, so I'll do it. So Napoleon Dynamite was one. There was some others, but Napoleon Dynamite was one where I watched it. She was laughing, or she's like 12. She's laughing and giggling. And I was like, wow, this movie is so good. Just in terms of the lines.
Yeah.
Why
So
wouldn't her mother watch that? It's a safe movie for her to watch.
It's very clean.
Holly likes, inspirational movies. Think Oprah Winfrey's movie list. Would Napoleon Dynamite be on that? Probably not.
Maybe. Could have been.
Maybe, but
On
probably
Oprah's
not.
list. I never
Yeah.
watched Oprah, so I don't know what she likes.
I don't know.
I know she likes to give things away. That's pretty much all I know.
Look under your chair, everybody. Ike, look under your chair.
It's a copy
Oh.
of Napoleon Dynamite.
There's some Uber Lube.
You made me look too.
I know.
It's merely a vestige, Greg.
Merely a vestige.
Yes. That's what it
Vestiges.
is. So, did you think we were actually going to come out to your show whenever I said we should do a road trip? Do you think it would actually happen? Did we legitimately
think it
surprise you?
Yeah, you really did. When I saw you guys, I had to like do a double take. I'm like, wait a minute, I know them.
Wait, there's
was like,
three
holy-
fat straight guys in the front. What the hell?
That was the highlight. Really, it was. It was seeing you
I
guys.
was so worried that you just see us and be like, whatever. Oh,
No, you
that
kidding me?
podcast.
Well, let me tell you how cheap Greg is. He kept demanding that I contact you to get free tickets. And I'm like, I bought the tickets. I'm not going to ask for free tickets. I mean,
You could
he's trying to
have.
survive himself. He's trying to survive as an entertainer.
You want no? But why didn't you say something that you were? Because I didn't know if you were gonna come or not. But then you said that something about something booked, and then I think I wrote back and you didn't respond. I said, oh, maybe they ain't coming.
No, it's just that particular Facebook account I usually look at like once every couple of weeks. That's the Quibble, Squabble, and Bicker one. I'm so good about handling our social media for the podcast. I don't pay attention to it. But I said it was booked and the tickets were bought. So I think that's what I said.
Yeah, and then I wrote back because I thought, oh, maybe he's just saying it and he's not going to come.
Or I think I was trying to heighten the suspense. Like, will they? Won't they? Will they?
Yeah, because it was Thursday, Friday, and I thought, oh, they ain't coming.
What's
And then the
happening, Greg?
tickets didn't work.
What?
What'd you
Then
say,
the
Greg?
tickets didn't work. When Matt, an hour before the show, Matt was like, shit, my tickets aren't, I can't find them on my email.
Yeah, it wasn't that the
Find
tickets didn't work.
The virtual tickets
Yeah,
or
I
whatever.
couldn't find the tickets.
Yeah.
But they had my
So-
name there at the venue, so
So
it
we
all
were
worked out.
suspenseful. We were suspended.
You weren't sure if you were going to see the show or not.
No.
We're at a certain
did
stage
go-
right now where Greg has had a certain amount of alcohol where his thoughts aren't going to make quite as much sense as they did about 15 minutes ago.
Oh God, I think I was buzzed more than Greg was.
No, I'm talking about right now.
I'm
Right
saying-
now.
Yeah.
All I said was that's what happened. Remember, like, first of all, we didn't even know if we had a hotel room because there was some snafu. And then like half an hour later, you're like, oh shit, I don't have the tickets, proof of purchase.
I just remember pulling up to that building and going, we're going to get like trafficked or something. This doesn't look like a club at all, Matt. This is like a deserted office park. Where are we going? And then we're wandering around. They just start going down these stairs. And I'm like, bye, guys.
We're going to get kidnapped and we're going to be sold to Russian mobs for sex slaves.
Yeah. The venue was nice, though. She did a great job, Jen.
Oh, no. Once you get inside,
right?
Just look at it from the outside. You're like, I don't think I'm supposed to be here.
It was a bank building.
I will say this. I think you guys had more of a right to be there than I probably did in the parking lot, especially with my leotard.
Oh, well.
No, your leotard was much more appropriate than Greg's shorts.
What's wrong with gym shorts? What the fuck?
Nothing.
We're like at a special event. You can't even dress up slightly. You're going there like some kind of a trailer trash, useless human, for crying out loud.
I did send the picture, Ike, of you with the very colorful outfit that you came out with in the second thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I sent that to my 12-year-old daughter, and I said, this is where Dad is. And she's like, oh, my God, yes.
Oh, you should have brought her.
We got Brendan in a lot of trouble for this weekend's trip.
Yes, we should talk about that.
No, it's not. I don't know what we're talking about.
Talking about how your ex-wife is
he's a married man.
Thinking that you've gone to the other side, and all of your clients think that you have now.
Yeah, so here's the joke on that. So I decided, I left Facebook years ago. And so I wasn't doing social media, even though that's what I charge people to do. But so I got back on Instagram and I thought, okay, I'll do Instagram because a lot of my friends are like, okay, you're getting divorced, you're going to Florida or you're going to Portland, send us pictures. And so I'm like, I don't want to do this on Facebook. So I did it on Instagram. What I didn't know is that everything I was posting on Instagram, which I thought was going to like 10 people who are close friends, was going to my Facebook of 2,000 people, including all of my clients. So I had the dancer, I had you, I had Greg's performance. Everything that happened was on my Facebook. I get back to the hotel and my wife is like, did you mean to put this stuff on Facebook? And I'm like, oh God. So she's now fielding questions from people in Florida like, so did Brendan turn?
Is that why you guys got split up?
Yeah. Right.
Now?
Yeah,
new tastes.
Yeah, it was suddenly like I left. It's sort of
that's
out on the street.
Funny.
And then the next,
shit. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, then the next thing you know,
how
there's
did
me.
They end up on Facebook? How
show.
did these Instagrams end up on Facebook?
It's called technology.
Because they're connected.
Oh, where you link them.
You have to unlink them. They will do the favor of linking them together for you.
Unless you say not to.
Unless you say no.
Guys, we have forgotten our client for today. We have not addressed our client at all today.
No,
we haven't. It's
bucket list, right?
Chum bucket list.
Chum bucket list.
But it's good that Ike is here, so we can like zip into this pretty fast. So, Ike, our client for today was Chum Bucket List. You didn't know this because you came in later, and Eileen heard it, but I don't think she'd registered what the hell we're doing because she had technical issues from the beginning. So
she never listens to our show, even though she's given us most of our clients.
No, it's not. It's not that so much as her connection was just horrible. It was her face kept freezing, but luckily it got better as we went on. Anyway, so Chum Bucket List is our client for today, and we are fake lawyers, so we have fake clients. So it's basically this particular client has to do with what are people's bucket lists? What is the thing you want to get done before you kick the bucket? And what are the ones that too many people say are on the list? They shouldn't be on the list at all. I think that should be where we go with. But just to get the conversation going, if you're willing to stick around, some people's bucket list ideas are things as simple as learning to play chess, running a marathon, finishing a classic novel, set a Guinness World Record, join a bike rave, ride a roller coaster, go skydiving, go bungee jumping. I think a bunch of those are just the same thing everybody else does. I think ours was go to Boise to watch a gay review. That was...
I didn't even know that was on the bucket list until I did it.
Yeah, and then I was like, yeah, perfect bucket list.
A Buffett list. That's different. You have to go to Key West for that one.
I went to
Check it off.
I think on my bucket list, I want to like slap a number of different celebrities. Like, it has to be something more unusual, I think, than what other people have. Is you go up and just whack them once and then just walk away.
That would be great. I would love that.
Who would be the first one you'd go for, Ike?
Lady Gaga.
You just
Didn't
go-
even have to think.
Oh, Will Smith. I would slap the
Really?
crap out of Will Smith.
Now, was this before the thing he did, or
No, I'm saying now, since we're talking
Before
about
the
slapping.
thing he did?
well,
What thing
Uber
did he
Slap.
do, Greg?
Will Smith was a very likable character until that Academy Awards thing he did.
Oh.
Or
What,
whatever.
I would like to-
what did
I
he
would-
do at the Academy Awards, Greg?
He slapped someone in the face because he made it. Oh, it was.
You kept
Chris
saying the
Rock.
thing he did, but you never like said what it was.
Well, I thought it was pretty obvious. I mean, it was a huge news story. I mean,
Was it?
yeah, it was huge. It was huge.
It was huge.
Huge. But yeah, like the
Anyway,
slap
so
of Chris
Greg,
Rock,
who do you
that
want to
was-
slap? Who do you want to slap? What?
He wants to slap
I
me
wanna-
right now.
He wasn't. I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Well, you
Besides
guys
Matt.
know I'm a fucking commie, and I would love to like slap Dick Cheney or George Bush Jr. or Donald Trump. I'd
Well,
love-
okay, that's three people. You got to pick one. Cheney, Bush,
Well, he could put all
Oh,
three on his
Trump.
list.
definitely
Trump?
Trump. Yeah.
in a slap Trump. Okay.
He's- I don't think there's any celebrity in my lifetime that I've hated as much as him. Like, wow, that guy has no redeeming qualities. He's a horrible piece of shit human being.
I'm really upset because I thought he was gonna say he was gonna slap me.
You wanted him to slap
Are
you.
you into rough trade, Ike? I'm sorry.
Next episode.
Next episode.
Dun, dun, dun.
Define rough trade, Greg.
People who like rough sex, like Klingons, if you will. Call back to Eileen Shapiro. Klingons, when they have sex, they like cut, bruised.
No.
No,
No.
you don't know about this. Are you a Star
No.
Trek
I mean,
fan?
no. I'm not like that. No.
No, I know, but Klingons fucking basically mate like wildebeest. They like when they fuck, they're just like.
Is wildebeest like your animal of the week or something? You brought up with the
No,
word
they're
wildebeest
weird
for
animal.
like the last 3 weeks. Wildebeest is like the word you bring out whenever you want to bring in an animal.
I like saying it. It rolls off my tongue, but they are like animals that I don't even know what they are. So they're almost like mythical creatures. They're like unicorns. A
Yeah.
wildebeest. What the fuck is a wildebeest?
You should
What is a wildebeest?
You should go
Like
with
Bugs Bunny.
warthog.
It's like a
From
deer.
Bugs-
Warthog is a good one too.
What
Which
is a
one?
good one, Brendan?
Warthog.
Warthog.
Warthog. Yeah, warthogs, I'm sure when they fuck, there's some cuts and bruises. They're like
That's
savage
really devil.
motherfuckers. They're
I
like
know.
evil little creatures. Warthogs are scary. I've seen them.
In person?
Yeah,
How
they're
close did you get to it?
they're monsters. They're like something from Star Wars. They're
How
like
how large were their nostrils?
big enough to scare me,
The nostrils were.
but not big
You were
enough
scared by nostrils?
but not big enough that I could stick my dick in them.
Hmm.
And did you have the thought that you might give that a go?
I always think about that. That's my my
Every time you
cruising,
see
man.
an animal.
That's the way I cruise. I
Great.
think
Get
it's
out of the
someone and say-
warthog pin.
Look at those nostrils. Was
Just
my
get
dick
out
fit
of
up
the
that?
warthog pin.
So anytime you see an animal, you go, "Is that nostril big
Or
enough for me to
human.
stick my
When
dick
I
in it?"
met you, Matt, I went to your nose and said, nah.
Now I'm trying to figure out how to do nostril enlarging when I see Greg again.
It's like,
You have such a petite little nose. I just see Matt and missing you. Look at like your cute little nose. Like you're so.
Me, I have a big Italian nose.
I do not think so. It's a very petite little nose. Sorry.
well, I'm glad you enunciated that well, though, Greg. I do not think so. You said that well.
So,
Very enunciated.
At this point in the podcast, I should be.
You're a little.
saying,
You're more slurred.
I do not
I think you got a big nose. Right?
I know your nostrils.
I still
So-
got
why are we
big
talking
nose.
about big noses?
There's
I do
Gilbert.
like big noses, though.
I'm checking out your nostrils. Lay on your back.
And anytime I'm in, by the way, Jen, the runner, the person who managed that club,
The
I
Burston.
love.
The
What
Burston
Jen?
who? What the club?
Okay, so I'm starting to stir now. Now I lost it.
Okay.
Jen, who we hung out with all that night,
Yes.
she had a great schnoz. I was instantly just like, oh, that's hot.
I
understood why Roger
really,
was so attracted to her. I was like, Yeah.
I really like Jen. I'm trying to go back there, and I also reached out to Darcells.
Oh, did you? Okay. Well, hopefully they'll
What?
respond.
You
What?
did?
Yeah.
It's not that hard, Greg. You do like a phone call or an email. It's
I
not.
know, but I just thought it was like an idle conversation thing. Like,
No,
yeah,
I
No,
was-
he's trying to make a living, Greg.
But
I know.
the theater looked great.
If you come out to Darcells do the show, can Greg be one of your drag queens that dances?
well, I did drag on a Halloween 2 years ago for my karaoke show. I had really two friends who helped me out. Like they were masters of makeup, masters of like fashion,
Masters of the
photo shoots.
universe.
They do fashion shoots all the time, and it was still like a fucking what's that expression?
Clusterfuck.
Like making a silk purse out of a sow's ear. I still look terrible. Like I had these extras like working on me, and I look like B. Arthur or worse.
Did you get rid of the beard?
No,
He was Beard Arthur.
No, I had a little fuzz.
Beard Arthur. That's somebody's name somewhere.
Yeah. Well, no. I think I told you guys my favorite drag name is Nicolonoscopy.
Yes, I love that one.
That's a good one.
All right,
hysterical.
Greg. So what's on your bucket list? What's something that you want to accomplish before you croak? Besides,
It's so sad.
drinking
that,
heavily.
Just like my whole life, I've had no ambition.
That's
It's like a
such a
bucket list.
lie. You were in a punk band, Greg. There's ambition there.
because I like to write punk songs and play.
Right.
them.
So you had enough ambition to get on stage and learn to
It
do
wasn't
those
that
things.
much ambition. It was
It's
just like,
more
this
than
is-
I ever had.
What
Well,
was
you
the
don't
part
like
of the
that.
show where it turns into some sort of Matt Greg self-help session?
Yeah, I'm just saying, Matt. You
And the
just
part
have
where
your
Brendan
spirit.
says, "Welcome to this part of the show."
Yeah.
Matt, you became a PR guy and made a lot of money, and that was you were into that. I was into that. The one thing I like to do is like, I love punk rock. I love writing songs. I like playing them. It wasn't hard. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to work at this. Because I sucked. I mean, I could have worked harder. Maybe my band would have maybe gone a little farther. I didn't care. I just like, I like this. I don't care if it's
Matt,
successful.
Or Greg, Greg. The thing is,
Yeah.
if you enjoy what you're doing, do it. That's all that matters.
I
That
know,
is an
and
ambition.
I love that band. I feel so blessed that I found these three guys.
The name of his band was the Weird Lovemakers, Ike.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
where can you find any of the music online?
You
Yeah,
can
you
actually.
do.
Actually, they weren't a bad band either.
No,
I listened to the music.
he's-
They're
he's-
actually a good punk band.
And
Yeah.
Matt hates
I-
punk. So
I-
the
yeah,
for you to say
I
that
was-
is amazing.
I was
I'm
into
listening.
punk music and they're good.
I don't hate
They're
punk. I
good.
just make fun of
Check
punk.
it out. I'm
You-
excited.
But I want to say, so these are the kind of bucket list things I have that they're so ludicrous. So, have you ever seen Miller's Crossing? Speaking of the Coen brothers, we spoke of them earlier.
We didn't
It's a
actually speak of
gangster
them.
movie.
We didn't speak of the Coen Brothers earlier.
Yeah, we talked about Hudsucker Proxy.
Right, but we didn't mention the
reference-
Coen Brothers.
That's
We
never
did,
brought
well, we mentioned the Hudsucker Proxy. So,
Yes, that was
I'm
mentioned.
bringing it back. The Coen Brothers' third movie was called Miller's Crossing. It was a gangster movie from the 30s. There's this amazing character actor named John Politi who opens up the movie with this like monologue. It's almost like a play. He just talks for 3 minutes. That's the opening of the movie. And he kind of sounds like me. He's like this balding, chubby Italian guy who's just like, let me tell you something, and my dream is to memorize that speech and do it as a one-act play, or at least an audition reel. I want to actually learn it, memorize the words, and do it because
How long is the?
I
how
was just
long
going
is
to
the-
ask.
Yeah,
two
how long is
minutes.
the monologue?
Two
Oh,
to
that's
three.
good. You can
Come
do
on.
that.
I have no memory though. It's really hard. My
It doesn't
memory
matter. You
sucks.
do it in bits and pieces.
Mhm.
I know. I know. That's how pathetic my bucket list is. I don't want to go to Kathmandu. I don't want to go to fucking whatever Irian Jawa or crazy places.
Wait,
These are the
go to
kind of
what?
bucket
What did
lists.
you just say? Irian Jawa? What the hell is that?
It's in the South Pacific. It's cannibals live there. It's a cannibal island.
Java.
I will
Irian
show
Jawa.
you the easiest way to memorize lines.
Read.
I will.
Please tell me. You're an
No,
expert.
I will show you when you are ready. 2 minutes is nothing. You'll have it down in no time.
He knows that 2 minutes is nothing.
2 minutes.
It is.
nothing.
2 minutes is nothing.
It's quick,
Is that a T-shirt?
fat.
2 minutes is. Oh, I just got that. How slow am I?
That's okay.
It's okay. Sometimes I'm so obscure I don't even get what I'm saying.
I love that though.
2 minutes be something though. I gotta say.
2
Well, it's
minutes?
less
No.
than 3 minutes.
2 minutes to me could be like, oh wow, they were really turned on by me.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very exciting sometimes.
It's all how you. It's all about framing. You know.
Right.
It
Yeah.
is.
Framing.
Yeah.
It's all about Framistan.
So
Yeah.
what's your useless item on your bucket list, Greg?
That was pretty useless.
No, that's a good.
Can I go worse?
That's a fun one to try.
No, that's a good
It's
one.
unusual. It's more unusual than other people saying I want to go bungee jumping or something.
Yeah, like I've never had a mission in my life. Like it's like I always say, like if I won the lottery and had $1 billion, I'd probably just live in my shitty apartment and not work. That's my bucket list. Not work.
So you wouldn't upgrade your apartment.
I don't
Maybe
really
get some
care.
air conditioning so you wouldn't have to sit
dude.
around with
I
your
might do
shirt on.
that. Yeah, you're right. I
Yeah,
might get some air conditioning.
if you win the lottery and you're looking for a new place, please call me because I lived with you for a while. We could do better. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
we could help you, Greg. We could
I
help
just
you.
don't care. That's the thing.
We could get you a reading room for you and your comic books in your new
Yes.
house. You know, where you could like eat in one place, smoke in another place, read your comic books in another place, go to sleep in another room. You could do all of those
It
things.
doesn't bother me that I do it all.
It's not a matter of bothering, Greg. It's a matter of just creating a higher quality of life for yourself.
Okay,
Right.
according to your standards, I don't feel it's that higher.
According
Um,
to basic humanity standards, yes. Or we can just stick you in a hut in Ethiopia.
I did think about our bucket list thing because I was the one who came up with the client, and I forgot them all. But
Well, think of the Chum Bucket List.
yeah, so you guys are my chums, so maybe on my bucket list, I'd like all of us to go to the Pendleton Roundup, the
Oh, dude,
rodeo.
we could do that for sure. If I
Yeah,
had a
that's
car.
easy peasy, nice and sleazy. We could do that. That's a
Get
4-hour drive.
Ike a cowboy.
Ooh.
He'd be the
Right.
hottest cowboy ever. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, like Brad Pitt and Thelma and Louise.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
was
or-
thinking more. What's the actor's name? Idris Elba. With the
Idris
cowboy
Elba.
hat?
Oh yeah, that would make
No,
more
I
sense.
don't find him attractive. Isn't that weird?
Really?
What? The hottest black man
I mean, I think he's
in all
attractive.
of all time?
So who's attractive?
Nipsey Russell.
No, come on. Jesus Christ. Richard Pryor and
Red
Marlon
Fox.
Brando.
Cedric the Entertainer.
No.
No. I used to think Tay Diggs was really hot.
Okay.
Who?
He's a
Yeah.
model.
Tay Diggs.
Bald
Oh,
fella.
Tay Diggs, yeah.
Leon's very handsome.
Yeah. It's good looking.
Very handsome.
So you like the young.
Red Fox.
You don't have that.
Red Fox is hot.
And Esther.
Flip Wilson.
Ooh, that's more my speed, but yes. And Esther.
Flip Wilson was
Oh,
cute
isn't
back
it?
when he was young.
Okay, Ike, what about Sherman Hemsley? What if he hit on you?
George
He's still
Wallace.
alive.
Sherman
What would
Hemsley.
you
I'd
do?
rather go for Wheezy.
Ooh.
George
He was more
Wallace.
of a man.
No, Jimmy Walker.
Okay.
I
No,
bet
thank
Jimmy
you.
Makes
Walker had
gagging
a
sounds a
huge-
lot. It's so
I bet he had
judgmental.
a
I don't
huge
want a man I
cock.
can iron my clothes on. No, thank you.
I bet he had a huge cock though, because he wasn't that talented, but he was huge.
Keep it.
It's
keep
probably because
it.
of his cock.
No.
It's all yours, Greg.
No.
Take
No.
it over, Greg.
Do you guys think Jimmy Walker's still alive?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is.
What about
Unfortunately.
Michael? What about Michael Winslow for you, Ike?
Michael Winslow.
Who's that?
He's the one who made the sound effects in Police Academy.
Who's a good-looking guy? He was actually pretty good-looking.
Steve Guttenberg was cute.
Was
Really?
he? Really?
I don't know. I don't
Did
even
you
know who
ever
that
see
is.
Can't
He was
Stop
the
Music?
lead actor in Police Academy.
Yes.
The
Oh.
Village People movie?
Yes.
When he's young and he's rollerblading through
Well, you
years?
know that Eileen is connected to one of the Village People.
Philippe Rose.
And why haven't we interviewed him yet?
I don't know because we
We interviewed him when I did that Shut Up and Drive show.
What's a Shut Up and Drive show?
It's when we picked up celebrities on the street and interviewed them in the back of the cab, and they
Oh,
gave
right.
them.
You did that with Eileen, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's fun.
Did you cruise them?
Cruise them?
Cruise them.
Cruise them.
Yes, words are
We
hard.
cruised
Did I
them
say
already.
cruise them? Did I
You,
really
you
say
said
that?
cruise. You said cruise. You made it Arabic, is what you did.
I think it was more. I think it was.
Cruise?
I think it was more Klingon than
Oh, I'm
Arabic.
so glad you didn't say Flavor Flav either. Ugh.
Oh, Flavor Flav.
If I had thought of it, it would have come out of my mouth.
No, Flavor Flav is no.
Jimmy Walker. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's Jimmy Walker.
Chuck D over Flavor Flav.
Chuck
yeah.
D was cute.
I would date Chuck D.
Yeah,
I'm
Chuck
pretty-
D was cute.
We'll give him a call. We'll let him know you're available.
Yeah.
I
Please.
don't think
Hello,
I would
Chuck.
date-
Greg would date you.
Mhm.
Get Eileen back on. I bet she has Chuck D's number.
She might. After she cruises him, though.
For the
Yeah, what
sake.
So many things I learned today that I didn't know I was going to be learning.
Oh!
I know
Speaking of
that's how the
Cruise,
PR
speaking of Cruise,
business works.
how about Terry Crews?
Terry
Okay.
Crews.
That's the guy from Idiocracy. He played the president in Idiocracy.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
also
He was
the
also on the
dad-
show Brooklyn 911, or what is it
I think
called?
he was the dad in Everyone Hates Raymond,
I didn't
or
see that
Everyone
show.
Hates
He
Chris.
was the dad,
He was the dad in Everyone Hates.
and everyone
Chris.
hates Raymond.
Oh, he's a
Yeah.
cutie.
Yeah, he's like, ugh.
Yeah,
And you know
he's got a
big dick.
he's got a
big-
mean side to him a little bit. I like that.
Yeah.
Gary Coleman,
Oh,
No. No.
alive or dead?
both.
Only dead for
Dead.
me. if I
Emmanuel
had to
Lewis.
pick.
Who else?
Todd Bridges, maybe. Oh, you know who I used to think was cute? The guy from What's Happening. Don't say Roger. The other
Rerun?
one.
Rerun.
So not rerun.
Haywood Nelson.
Dwayne.
Yes, Dwayne.
He was very cute. He was definitely. I agree with you. He
No,
was a cute-
actually, Brendan and I have a friend, I think, who knows him.
We do?
Cheryl Duncan. She's in New York.
Oh.
And I think
yeah.
she was almost dating him for a while.
I didn't know that.
One of the guys from what? It was
Did
like,
he do anything after what's happening? That
I think he became an architect.
Good
What?
move.
Really?
what
Yeah.
happened to
He's
rerun?
signing our next home.
How
Well, but I'm trying to
sophisticated
think
of
if we're thinking of the same guy. I don't remember which one was Dwayne.
Dwayne was
Dwayne
Haywood
was the-
Nelson.
The younger
The
one?
nice sporting friend.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was
So that's
just
what
like
I'm
the-
thinking of. So, yeah. So our friend, I think, would. Or at least he was trying to date her or something, but I know she's a PR person in New York, and I think she represented him briefly. But this
If
is
you get
like
him on
15
the
years
show.
ago. Yeah, that was many years ago. I don't know if if things went well or not with that relationship. So
But I think that like rerun, what happened to him was he probably had a coronary. That's
Yeah,
probably
exactly. With all the drugs and yeah.
don't know.
But no, or just being
Oh.
fat as fuck. Like
He
me.
was, Greg. I mean, if you think about it, he isn't as fat as we are currently.
He was
He-
fat as fuck.
And he
I mean,
was
how-
he was pretty athletic too, because he did that.
I know he
dancer thing.
was.
Yeah.
And I was a fat guy in my 20s. I was already pretty fat, a porker, and I was pretty athletic because I still had the muscles. But
I like how you added porker to your description of yourself.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that, but yeah, I could dance. I could jump around when I was
Like that?
fat.
The way he did?
No, not as good as him.
Okay.
was
Because he would
amazing.
like whip his arm around and stuff.
Yeah, he would do that crazy
Yeah.
dancer.
Well, I think we've exhausted the bucket list conversation, but we're waiting
You
for
guys never
Brendan.
even talked about your bucket list. You just asked me. What's your
Okay.
bucket? What's
Um,
Brendan's bucket list?
I've always wanted to go to Egypt.
Mm.
For the pyramids?
Yeah.
No,
for the
just
pyramids.
just wants to walk across the border and walk back, Greg.
Yeah, no, the pyramids.
No, I don't know. There's other reasons to go to Egypt, man. It sounds-
What would be other reason to go to Egypt, Greg?
Islam, a love of
Just Islam.
If
You could go literally down the road to a mosque if you wanted to visit
okay.
Islam.
But there's other reasons to go to Egypt.
I know, like I said, just walk across the
if
border
I
and
was
walk
going to
back.
do that, then I would go to the whatever that.
Mecca.
Yeah, I'd go to Mecca in that place where they have the big black rock,
Yeah,
the big
Mecca
Rubik's
sounds
cube in the
pretty-
middle,
I
and
wanna
everybody
go to
spins
Mecca.
around it. But I wouldn't want to do that.
That's
But
Saudi
Egypt,
Arabia.
I'd go do.
That's in Saudi
Yeah,
Arabia. So
I know
The
it's
giant
better, though.
Rubik's cube in Mecca is pretty impressive. I've heard.
Wow.
the giant Rubik's cube.
Yeah, it's
I
a
thought
big-
Brendan said
It's
that.
like all the pilgrims go around it and they turn it and they try to like crack the code. Is what you're saying?
Discern God's message.
Amish.
Oh.
What does God want us to do?
That's right. They're not Muslim. They're Amish.
Hmm.
What?
They go to Mecca to go see the cube.
Let's go see the cube. Anyway, so
And the cube is actually what they shrunk down and they put in the movie Hellraiser, I believe, if I remember correctly. Like, what other famous cubes do we know? There was a movie called The Cube as well, right? Wasn't that?
I love that movie.
that was a pretty good movie.
That was like it was a horror movie, I think.
That
Wasn't
was a horror movie.
Yeah.
Well,
I missed
thanks.
out on a lot.
Like
Okay.
all movies about cubes are horror movies.
So, Ike,
probably.
what's your bucket list? So, what 14-inch cock?
Man,
Like he wants to grow one?
We
Yeah,
just
Well,
can't,
I'm sure he would. Who
Yeah.
doesn't?
can't,
like-
we just can't.
Like I want to downsize. I would say to go to Italy.
I've been
That's a
there.
good call.
I did
You
that.
have? I want to go so bad.
Ike, I gotta take you with me because I have relatives there. I have
You don't need to
cousins.
go though. You
I've been
rode
down
the
the beach.
gondola in Las Vegas last
Yes,
week. Yeah,
I
earlier this
did.
week, I
Oh,
suppose.
yeah. So he's
But
down
there is
to-
a street called Ike Avelli Way.
Oh,
what?
in Italy.
Yeah.
Where
That's
in
why I
Italy?
go with my family. I think it's because one of my part of my family's from Bari and the other one's from Sicily.
I thought the
So-
other part was Gib.
And the other way,
There was
I'm
Barry
Sicily.
and there was Gib.
I'm part Squabble.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, a trip to Italy isn't that hard.
Yeah, no, it's not.
That-
Hopefully one day and then probably the other one would be to be with my partner again, but I don't think that bucket list is going to happen.
That's not
Right.
that bucket list is a
You
little
never know.
dangerous.
You never know.
It's a dangerous bucket list.
Sometimes it happens, though. People reunite.
Greg, his partner passed away.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what party he's talking about.
Hey, it could happen. I'll
There
help
you
you.
go. You never know.
Maybe there'll be zombies.
See this bucket of water? I'll hold your head under.
Yeah.
We're having a very different conversation.
Greg.
I thought he was talking about the guy you broke up with in February. We were talking about. So-
Oh,
That
no,
is
yeah.
the guy in
Yeah, so
February, Greg.
He died? I didn't even hear that part of the story. Sorry.
Yes.
I was in the outskirts of the table. I couldn't hear
You were
everything.
too busy hitting on the friggin' bartender.
What?
And that's our
Wondering-
show, folks. Good night.
All right, so that should bring us to our final segment of the show, is what this will be. The final segment.
Oh, God.
Here we go. This is The Last Word with Brendan Haggerty.
Zippity doo dah. Zippity.
Zippity
All
doo
right.
dah, zippity a.
Tell us about bucket lists, Brendan. You have the last word,
Or Boise, Idaho.
Yeah.
or whatever.
A bucket list is an important thing to have. The question is, do you make your bucket list so completely ridiculous that you can't do it, or do you make a bucket list that you can do? And those are the choices you have to make. Or do you balance it? How many bucket list items do you have? The real question is, why not live every day like it's your bucket list? You know, like this could be the last day I ever live. Where am I going to go? Maybe I'll get in a car with two people that, you know, I've sort of known and have grown closer to, and go to Boise, Idaho. I mean, no one would have thought that needed to be on a bucket list, but somehow, through fate or not, it was. So, you know, enjoy life, and a bucket list is every day if you choose it to be. This is your inspirational quote, brought to you by Brendan.
We have to make a meme about this. This is a meme.
What's a meme, Greg?
This will be a meme that'll get like 10,000 hits.
That was amazing. That was a great last word.
Thank
I
you.
know. Brendan does that.
What
Very
does he do?
cool.
What does he do, Greg?
He's our Fonzie. He always pulls it out of his ass. So amazing thing.
Could you explain to the younger kids out there what you mean when you say he's our Fonzie?
He wears a leather jacket and he goes, "Hey, no, Fonzie is like some person on a show who like stands out. Kramer, maybe for the slightly younger viewers, don't know what I'm talking about.
Viewers?
I
Younger
think-
viewers.
I think
Yeah,
the last time I looked,
the Romulans and the Klingons and the viewers.
He was the Shlemiel Schlemazel of the friggin' 70s.
Yeah,
I think having looked at our demographics, Fonzie might be too young.
Oh
People that listen to our
yeah.
show.
They'll be like, I never watched Happy Days. I was watching Dick Van Dyke Show.
All right.
Or
My
Never
three
Grab-
sons. Which one is he?
Yeah,
wait,
yeah.
wait, was he Alice or was he Ralph? I'm
Was he
hoping
Vic
somebody
Tayback?
got that joke out there. What's that?
Was he Vic Tayback on Alice?
No, I meant the Honeymooners.
Yes, the Honeymooners. We're
yeah.
going way back.
I was going for the Cramdens there, Greg.
Well, we all grew up watching that, so it's not really.
We didn't really
Still-
grow up watching the Honeymooners. That's it.
You don't watch Honeymooners in New
That's
York?
before
They
me
show
and
them-
Ike's time. You know,
They show them every
Cool
night
show,
though,
dude.
in New York. I grew up watching the Honeymooners.
right? That's reruns, but not like
Reruns.
live.
Yeah, I know, but it was still vital.
Alice was for me.
It's still vinyl.
It's vital.
Vinyl.
Alice.
Vinyl.
Well, we didn't know the difference. Reruns are first run. We just watched TV, and it was like Brady Bunch. That was off the air for 4 years before I started watching it, but I watched it every
Yeah.
day. More religiously than any primetime show. I love the Brady Bunch. I don't know why.
Can we talk about Marcia for just a second since we're on Brady Bunch?
Oh,
Is this
Marcia.
on your bucket list?
Oh, Marcia would definitely be on my
Marcia,
bucket list.
Marcia.
That and the daughter from Land of the Lost. I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember her at all. I just remember the
Sleestaks.
Sleestaks and the Rat.
Sleestaks.
She
Yeah, there
did
was
a
the
lot of
Sleestaks.
things later on. That
What?
actress did a lot of things in Hollywood.
A lot of
Did you know-
things.
I don't
A
know.
lot
what
of
she did.
things. Acting things.
We don't know what those things were,
They were
but she
acting
did those
things.
things.
No one else from Land of the Lost did anything after that show. It
Well,
was-
they did the remake with Will Ferrell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but I'm saying that actress, she was on a bunch of TV shows all
What
through
does
my
he look like
childhood.
now, I wonder?
What if Will really was feral?
I love
Marshall,
those.
Will, and Holly.
Marshall.
Marshall, Will, and Holly.
Oh, was Marcia on Land of the Lost?
An expedition.
No.
To the
it was
Marcia, Jan, and Cindy.
Marshall.
And an expedition.
Marshall, Will, and Holly.
Oh,
It
Marshall.
was a spin-off.
So it was a western.
It
What
was.
did you say?
Marshall.
Marshall, Will, and Holly.
Teen Expedition. I remember that.
Bringing their six guns and fighting the engines.
Then they'd go the.
The great special effects were incredible.
Yes.
Yes, weren't they?
Awesome.
Those dinosaurs were.
I loved how on that show they had the one dinosaurs fighting scene that they showed every episode.
Wait,
Now I have to go YouTube
they
it.
fought Xena, the warrior princess?
No, the two dinosaurs fighting, like a Stegosaurus fighting a Tyrannosaurus Rex. It was it was
You
stop
can-
motion
I-
animation, and
Yes.
it was every episode they threw that in
Right.
because that's all they had.
Right, but
It
but
was-
Ike, you can find all of like full episodes of Land of the Lost on YouTube.
I'm watching tonight.
I binged one weekend. It was like ridiculous. I just
You
sat
could
there.
watch them. You could actually sit through them.
Yeah.
Could you
Did-
combine them with the cartoon Land Before Time?
No, because that's sad, and you don't do that. That's
That's
just a
silly.
cry fest. No.
It's like Brando and Pryor all over again.
It is. Yeah.
We're making
Ew.
a gag
I gotta
multiple
say
times.
though, the Sleestaks were very intriguing. Even to this day, I'm like, those are weird because they were kind of evil. They were kind of good. You never knew what side they were gonna come down on.
That's when I got obsessed with bling.
Bling?
Yeah, with all their the crystals.
The crystals, and they'd go on
Oh yes.
the pylons, and they'd rearrange
Yep.
the crystals and open
They
doors.
control
Yep.
the weather.
God, it's such a good show. So dumb, but so good.
Oh, I'm so excited now. I'm going to watch it.
You could probably find The Last Tango in Paris too at the same time. Watch them
That's a
together.
good movie, actually. It's a
That's
very
where
good
actually Brando was replaced by a Sleestak in that movie.
It would have been it might have been a better movie.
movie. Eat the butter in my
Welcome to our podcast, Ike, where
Butter.
I generally have lost my mind at some point
He's
during
been
the
here
show.
before. He knows. He knows what we do.
Yeah, but he's never been a part of this aspect of the show.
No.
The full stream of consciousness bullshit part of the show. So,
I think I stayed for the full first
Yeah,
time.
did you? Oh, okay, I couldn't remember.
except for the client.
Yeah, you
Oh,
asked
yeah?
me to stay and I stayed.
You keep making everything Arabic, Greg.
Let me find out, Greg.
The Chayan.
Oh, yeah.
Asabalama Mekla.
You assemble things while you're naked?
I don't know.
Salami Blakey.
Have salami in a blanket.
I don't know how to do it. I'm an Arabic, man. I'm sorry.
All right, let's end this thing. We've done this for 2.5 hours now, and people need to do their lives now.
So Matt can edit this and be 2 episodes.
Yes, we're definitely splitting up, so something will air next week, because I leave on my vacation on Friday, so I've got 2 days of figuring out what the hell
Where
to
you
do.
going again?
Well, I'm starting off going to the Oregon coast on Friday, and we're going to spend 2 days on the Oregon coast. Then we're driving north. No, boring is a different direction. So then we're driving to Port Angeles in Washington, and then we're going to go see the Olympic National Forest while we're there. So that's just a day. Then we're hopping on the ferry to go to Victoria, BC. We're going to spend 2 days in BC in Victoria, and then we're taking the next ferry to Vancouver, BC, and spend 2 days there when they were driving home next Friday. So it's
sounds like a good time.
A lot of driving in my future, which I began with the whole Boise trip, was getting me ready for much more driving.
You're going to have a broken back.
I'm going to have no back. I'm going to have to replace my right foot, probably, or at least the Achilles tendon. And, that'll be the fun part of it.
You guys are a pleasure. Thank you for having me on again.
Hey, thanks for coming on.
I
once again didn't tell them this was going to happen because it was a last-minute thing.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, hey, if you're interested, Eileen's going to be on. You can crash it. And he's like, sure. So I thought it would be good to, get a different dynamic happening as well.
Never tells us when there's a surprise guest, so it's always a thrilling surprise.
Well, let me know anytime.
Anyway, all right, do you guys have anything last that you want to say to Ike before we end off? Anything regarding Boise or in general or whatever?
Love the show. Had a good time with you after. Glad to have you as a friend.
Oh, I didn't even witness the good time you had with him after.
Well, that's because we didn't talk about it, and I didn't want to make Greg jealous. Jeez.
Button it up.
I was a little jealous when I was talking to Tim for a little while. I was like, hey, hold on. I'm just chatting with him.
Ike was jealous that you were talking to Tim?
Yeah, because me and Tim really started talking about his movie, and we were really getting into it. And he was like, what are you doing over there?
Oh, I don't.
Were you jealous, Ike? Were you jealous?
I don't even remember that.
It probably didn't exist.
Must have been my Fran Drescher stage.
No, yeah, I never heard you talk like Fran Drescher. You guys talked about it at the Somewhere bar. That you were getting there.
But then I lost it. Then I turned into Barbara.
Oh, right.
So obviously, Matt, what we need to do is a show where you get Ike and I really drunk, and then he's Fran Drescher and I'm Gilbert Gottfried, and that's the show.
That'd be amazing.
That would be good.
I'd be okay with that show, honestly. I'd be. And what would you be, Greg? Which celebrity would you be?
I'll be Buddy Hackett.
Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
He'd have a little tub of butter right next to him.
I'll be shoving butter. No country crock. I'm a country crock guy. Country crock.
Ugh, I can't believe it's not butter.
Yes, that's
right.
I can't believe it's not.
But he would end it with, "I can't believe it's not butter in my
The way Brandon's doing it with his, I can't.
This isn't butter.
Oh, look what you did.
Oh, your butt went limp.
What happened?
Now we have to try to get it back up again.
You broke his
Well,
microphone.
if anyone can do it, Ike, you can do it. I'm confident of you.
I can do it. I can get it hard again.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well, I want to thank everybody who's stuck around this long. We still have one person watching on YouTube. That's probably Sanchez Eldorado from the Happy Hour News Team, the adjunct offices of the Law Offices of Quibble, Squabble, and Bicker.
Our bail bondsmen.
We want to thank all 3 people who will eventually watch this episode. And listen to it on our podcasting platform. And the second episode, which will come out of this next week, of which I'll probably be up until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning doing all the editing on this damn thing to make these things happen. So on behalf of no one, this is the Law Offices of Quibble, Squabble, and Bicker, and we're done with you for today.
Your consultation with the Law Offices of Quibble, Squabble, and Bicker has ended. You may pay your retainer at www.qsblaw.org. Please exit to the right of the water cooler and grab a candy from the front desk. We hope to see you again soon, but you need to leave now. I said leave. Why don't they ever listen? Get out! Get out!